Hey, Song and Sword family, welcome to a Mic Talk. Welcome to Wednesday edition. Here at Song and Sword, this is where we proclaim Jesus with a song of grace and a sword of truth. God bless you guys this day. I'm in the beautiful sanctuary. We're almost finished with all the decorations for the Christmas season. We're going to add some poinsettias and some wreaths and stuff like that around, but you can see I'm going to step out of the way so you can see the beauty of the stage decorated. I couldn't get that one tree to light up, so somebody smarter than me. It's just plugs and stuff, but anyway, you know how I am. Hope you guys are doing well today, and I'm here in the sanctuary to remind you that this Sunday we're bringing all kinds of gifts for kids 18 and under. This is our real big push every year, so we just don't want any kids to wake up on Christmas morning and not have toys, not have a gift. And the greatest gift of all is Jesus Christ, and so it's that time of giving. Speaking of giving, go to songandsword.com and hit the donate button. If you've never given before, give a one-time gift of $25 or $50 or set it up so you get something to this ministry every time you get paid. That's what makes this ministry go. And stay tuned. This Sunday, I'm going to reveal a long-term vision for Song and Sword, and we're going to start a vision fund and all of that stuff I'll get to in a little bit. Text prayer to that number on the screen, and we'll pray with you and for you. It's part of what we do here as a part of our ministry at Song and Sword, especially those of you who are on the online community. Pray with us today at 1:49. Are you getting ready for Thanksgiving? Are you ready? You're ready to eat turkey till you can't breathe, and mashed potatoes and all the stuff that goes with it, stuffing. The word stuffing is the most appropriately named thing that there is. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10. Remember, we're going this week. Tomorrow we'll finish up, but we're looking at these passages where they point exactly directly to Jesus as the promised Messiah. And all these prophecies from 520 years before Jesus was born, they come true in him. We'll talk about that in just a moment. This one points us to the cross. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10, "Then I will pour out my spirit of grace and prayer on the house of David and the residents of Jerusalem. They will look at me whom they pierced. They will mourn for him as one mourns for an only child, and weep bitterly for him as one weeps for a firstborn." This is a picture of God's grace coming upon Jerusalem. And once again, it's a different picture than we're used to. The people of God are saying, oh, good, the Lord, he's going to, on that day, verse 8, the Lord's going to defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem so that no one, the weakest, will be like David, and the greatest, like an angel of the Lord before them. And so it talks of a battle, but it's not a physical battle. When God decides that he's going to bring grace, and again, don't miss those two words in verse 10, I will pour out a spirit of grace and prayer on the house of David. When he speaks of grace, he's not talking about coming and having a battle. He's talking about something that we don't deserve. Grace, charis, is a gift from God. And that means that we can't own it, we can't pay for it, we can't earn it. It can just be received. And so this grace, how's this grace going to be poured out? And this prayer in the house of David, understand again, the house of David always points to the promise that God gave David, his king, that he would have a descendant sitting on his throne. This is a covenant God made. It's called the Davidic covenant. And God said, listen, here's what's going to happen. Always, David, you're going to have somebody from your line, somebody who's directly related to you, a descendant far, far away, 1,000 years away from David, is what we know about Jesus Christ. He's always going to sit on the throne. But the throne is not going to be a literal one in Jerusalem like David sat on. And the throne is not going to be one that conquers Rome and the powers that be in the first century. The throne that he's talking about is the throne of grace. And the throne of grace is achieved by Jesus being hung on a cross, whom they pierced, and mourning over that. And we know how Jesus was crucified. His hands were nailed to the tree. His feet were nailed to the tree. Crown of thorns. So it's a bloody scene even before this happens, and how his back was torn and beaten. And Jesus was near death when he was hung on a tree. But the final act was for a Roman soldier to make sure that he was dead, was to pierce his side. And so here we have Zechariah, 520 years before crucifixion of Jesus Christ takes place. even before a lot of the same crucifixion took place in the Roman world. And we have this prediction that the way that God's going to bring grace into Jerusalem is to look on the one that they have pierced. And so this throne that King David sits on, his descendant Jesus, is going to take his place on the throne. And the throne of grace is a cross that leads to a grave that leads to resurrection. And that is the prophecy of Zechariah to Jesus. Jesus, he was pierced for our transgressions, Isaiah says. Because of that, we look on him and we mourn, not because of what happened there, but because of how unfair it was. But again, we call this grace. And today we go through a day of preparation, getting ready for Thanksgiving and families and all that. And I pray that it's a day of grace for you, that you remember, that you look on the one who is pierced, and you take joy and you take grace through him today. God bless you guys. Happy Wednesday.